Right, sorry about that, guys. My internet went out and I had to restart it. So Q2 is over and Guardian Strike is at P1 with a 120.8. Um, so yeah, sorry about that. The people that will be eliminated from this qualifying are P Fipper, the Fox, unless he can get a decent lap this lap. He comes across the line and it is going to be P10 for him. That is... So everybody has crossed the line except Green Bear. So... And he's already qualified for Q3. Yeah, he goes into the pits. So yeah, currently people that are going into Q3 are Guardian Strike, FRL, Riley, Haribo, Green Bear, Chad, Russ Cars, Alfie, DNT, and I think the Fox. I'm not too sure though. Pretty sure he's out. No, yeah, he's in. So one Aston Martin remains in this qualifying. One Red Bull remains, 2 Ferraris, 1 Mercedes, 1 McLaren, 1 Haas, and 2 AlphaTauris. Only 0.065 of a second, 6/5 of a second between first and second. So good qualifying from the racers. Right. Right, Q3, 12 minutes on the clock for people to get a good lap time. This will decide the grid of today's, the front end of the grid of today's race here in Monza. Alright, we're going to go on board with Chad. Chad is the first one going to the first driver to cross the line for his hot lap. He's got the clean air as well, so he will be getting an advantage from that. Here he comes round the last corner to set his lap. Getting into that DRS zone on this main straight, and he crosses the line, and here he goes for the first lap of Q3. Coming up to the first chicane. Got to keep within the white lines, or that will be an issue for time. But that was a decent chicane. Now going round the full throttle right-hander. Coming up to the second chicane of 4 and 5, turn 4 and 5. Good chicane by him. Round of the two right-handers, very smooth. Gets that inside line, and he will be going down the back straight with the DRS. Coming up to the turn, these long turns down the back straight of the no DRS range, up to the Curva Grande of the hairpin, and he will cross the line with a 120.4. That is a decent lap by him, maybe the best lap that someone will have. Then the Blitz gets a 120.6. He'll be happy with that. The next person to cross the line is FRL with a 120.7, but Guardian Strike takes P2 from Blitz and gets a 120.4, just milliseconds off P1 of Chad. Next across the line will be the Fox with a 121.4, and Raskas goes back into the pits. Maybe he has an issue or something. Next across the line will be Alfie. He's coming around the final corner up to the line with the DRS. Will he get good? No, he gets P6 with a 121.5. That'll be unlucky for him. And racers that still need to get a time within 7 minutes are Raskas, Green Bear, Riley and Haribo. Right. Oh, Alfie dealing with a purple sector 2. That'll be crucial for him when he comes down to this back straight without the DRS, but he will use his ERS for that extra pace. Round the Curva Grande, round the hairpin. Good hairpin by him, and he comes up to the line, and it will be a 121.3, so that would only put him up one place in P5 to P5. No front wing for Chad. Maybe he had a crash or something. Guardian Strike coming up to that hairpin. That final, this corner, that's a good corner by him. He goes into the pits. Chad goes into the pits to get that wing, that front wing repaired. Haribo coming up to the line. He's at sector 1, going into the first two corners of this track. Haribo gets that inside, doesn't get the chicane that he needed, but it is decent. Turn 3 and up to turn 4 and 5 of this another chicane. Decent chicane, but not that good. Coming up to turns 6 and 7, the two right-handers needs to keep that inside line to keep that time. Down the back straight with DRS. Coming up to sector 3. Goes a bit wide on that corner and a bit wide on that corner as well, and that will cost them a lot of time. Chad though, oh no, never mind. Haribo in the Mercedes coming up to the final hairpin, final corner of this race. Goes a bit wide, but manages to keep it on track. He goes up to the line, and it will be a bad lap of P7 with a 122.9. He will not be happy with that. Chad on his outlap. Everyone is on their outlaps except Green Bears in the Williams. Round turn 8. In the DRS, down the back straight. Coming up to turn 9, 10 and 11. Down the back straight. Into the hairpin. Good hairpin by him. And that will set him a bad lap. 122.8 will set him in P7. DNT on his hot lap. He's got the dirty air of Green Bears though, so that will push him back a bit. But he won't care as he goes into sector 2 of this race. Gets a purple sector 1 though. Comes into turn 4 and 5. Decent chicane by him. 6 and 7. And his lap is invalid. He'll be gutted about that because he had a purple sector 1, and that will set him up. That would have set him up for a good lap time. Chad coming up to turn 8. Down the back straight without the DRS. Round the hairpin. And he goes up to the line, and it will be a new fastest lap, 120.4 2 3. Some amazing times from these drivers in Div 2. Good lap by Chad. But Guardian Strike wants to take that P1 from Chad as he goes down the back straight of Monza into the Curva Grande, the famous hairpin. The final corner of the race. Gets a good hairpin. Gets on the throttle quickly. Comes up to the line. And that's a new fastest lap for Guardian Strike, and he takes P1 from Chad. 122.2. How has he done that then? That is an amazing lap by him. And he will be taking P1 straight from Chad. And DNT Blitz gets P1 from the Guardian Strike. 120.1. Brilliant by him. And FRL gets disqualified from the race. Chad getting pushed down to P3 after that qualifying. Last drivers coming up to the line. Riley couldn't get a time, so he will be starting in P10. Raskas on his last lap of this qualifying gets a good exit off the second chicane, round the two right-handers. Down the back straight. Chad says he was on used tyres 5 laps old. Oh my gosh. Raskas coming down this straight up to the final corner of this track. Let's see if he can snatch the P1, but I doubt it. Yeah, as he slows down and goes into the pits. Good qualifying for all the drivers out here, and we'll expect to see some good racing and some close racing for this race, which is coming up shortly. Everyone finishing their laps. Right, finishing qualifying, DNT Blitz with a super lap with a 120.1, which puts him in P1, unexpected. Guardian Strike in P2 in the Aston Martin, Chad in the McLaren in P3, Raskas in P4 in the Haas, FRL in the Red Bull in P5, Alfie in P6 in the Ferrari, the Fox P7 in AlphaTauri, Green Bear P8 in the Williams, Haribo P9 in the Mercedes, and Riley with no time in P10 with a Ferrari. Now going into the race. Don't know what the weather will be. Most probably sunny. Right, here we have the formation lap. Everyone going to be warming up their tyres, as some of the drivers not even starting. Let me just, how do I? Right, predicted pit stop strategy, soft to mediums. The pit stop window opens at lap 11 to 13. How do I? Because I'm AI, aren't I? Right, Blitz starting on the mediums. Decent. Different strategy to everybody else. So is Chad starting on the mediums, and Splandy. They're looking to to get the best out of them tyres until they switch onto the softs when everyone is on the mediums to try and undercut them. Let's see how I can. As there you can see the pit stop strategy again. Soft to hards, the pit entry will open at lap 10 to 12. So here you can see all the drivers lining up, coming up to the grid and lining up for the 27 lap race in Monza. Last of the drivers lining up at the grid now. Right. Five red lights, and it is going to be lights out and away we go, and they were held for very long. The DNT Blitz gets a good start, but the Guardian Strike is pulling up, onsiding in the inside. DNT Blitz going around the outside, trying to push off Guardian. Manages to stay in front, but Guardian Strike gets a good exit off turn 2. Some battling happening with FRL and Alfie Doolan. Alfie Doolan trying to defend that position. Goes to FRL, looks up the inside but doesn't happen. Good start by Guardian Strike, as there's more carnage down at that chicane. What happened there? Someone off the track. Who is that? Battle for 8th right here. Splandy goes up down the inside of the Chaos Druid. They go wheel to wheel. Chaos Druid gets pushed off the track, and he will be in front of Splandy. But Splandy is trying to look and try and see the inside. Chaos Druid pushes him wide. Goes round the Curb Grande and gets a good exit off there. Chaos Druid goes a bit slow and gets taken. Chaos Druid gets 5-second time penalty for spinning in pit lane. XD goes around the outside of Splandy and takes that position off him. Guardian Strike getting all the way ahead, trying to push off. Good fighting happened in the midfield. Chad though gets a bad start and goes down to P10. Looks up the inside of my AI. Manages to stick it though, and he gets spun. He's spun around. He gets spun and he goes down to P14. Devastating for him. Good battling from these drivers in Div 2. As you can see, Raskas looking for that slipstream, goes down the inside of Alfie. Hasn't managed to stick it. Has to defend off Riley. But does he get a good exit out of the hairpin? Guardian Strike getting the fastest lap. FRL taking it from him. Raskas going. Riley coming down the inside of Raskas. Takes that position from him. Down the inside goes Riley and takes that position. Raskas trying to fight back, and now he's getting all pressured off the back of him from Alfie Doolan. Someone goes off at that chicane. I think that was Chad, but I think he managed to stick it. Some good battling in the midfield of this race. Maybe we can see an overtake. Blitz dropping from P1 all the way down to P11 from the start of this race. Riley making up 7 places in 3 laps from that start. XD making up 6 places from that start as well. And someone goes off. Who was that? Was that Roscos? That was Roscos. Spins out on that corner and loses a lot of positions from that. SCRL getting a good start from P5 all the way up to P2 as Riley gets the fastest lap at 1:23.1. Chaos Stray getting a 5-second time penalty, and Georgie Boy gets a 5-second time penalty as well. Haribo going a bit slow though, and then that causes everyone to catch up. Alfie Doolan getting pressured all up the back of his car by the Fox, 3 tenths away from him as the Fox gets DRS and is going to try and look to make a move off Alfie. Alfie just trying to defend off the Fox for his teammate. Now the Fox trying to get the slip, using his ERS probably, goes down the inside of Alfie, and it's a safety car. What's happened there? I think that is the Red Bull just going off the track. Let's see if we can find him. Who is it? Oh, it's Bobby. Bobby just spinning out and DNFing. And that is causing a safety car. And into the pits comes the drivers. Five-second time penalty for the Green Bears as everyone comes out of the pits, switching to the mediums early on in this race. Green Bear has to serve that time penalty, and that will cost him positions. Chaos, the El Dilias come into the pits, and that is a decent stop by him. And so does NRG Chris, getting their medium tyres on, and that is a good stop from him. As you can see, Splandy getting into the P1 because he started on the mediums and he didn't have to box. I don't know how to get my AI off, so I guess he'll just be racing. Chad coming up to P4 in their mediums. Their mediums helped him a lot, but he will have to stop once. Everyone else will probably have to stop twice, maybe once more. Let's see everybody's tyres. Yep, Guardian Strike going onto the hards, looking to push them hards all the way to the end of this race. Mainly everyone going onto the mediums, some people staying out on the softs, and that will be, yeah, everybody else stopped except the 4 people on the mediums. Splandy making up 10 positions. Fippa, by the way, no, BTW going up 11 places from the start, but I think he's ghosted, so he's AI. Chad dropping a place from the start. And is he allowed to overtake that car? Will he have to give it back? No, he won't. He just goes up a place in the middle of a safety car. That was weird. Splandy alongside the safety car, warming up his tyres. Blitz dropping around 10 places from him starting in P1. He'll be absolutely gutted by that. Safety car stays out one more lap and waits for Georgie Boy and Green Bear to catch up to the rest of the pack. As you can see, all the drivers warming up their tyres just so they can have that extra grip and that extra pace from when that safety car leaves the track. The only person that has a penalty is Chaos, because I don't even know why he got that. Speeding in a pit lane. Good start. Safety car is coming in this lap, and we're going to go on board with Splandy. Actually, no, we're going to go on board with Chad. See if he can make a run up of anyone. As you can see, Splandy just pushing that pack up against each other, waiting to catch someone out of this restart. LDS getting a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flag. It's Splandy just waiting till the extra last bit till he can go. Chad all the upper side trying to get that restart, and there goes Splandy. He gets a good restart, catches them out, and he is off. Chad trying to just run it up the AI of my character goes defensive, and Chad can't make that move happen. Oh, the Georgie Boy just clipping with someone and going off the track though. Is there anything happening? 3 wide over here. People scrapping all over the place. Alfie Doolan going down places from the pit stop. And here we go into the XD just on that slipstream of the Haas of Raskas. Just trying to get that position back of him. Blitz going for a move on BTW and makes that stick because he is an AI. But here we go, the Fox on the slip, trying to get that slipstream off FRL. Riley picking up the place of Chad. They go wheel to wheel through the hairpin. Chad gets a good exit though. He's trying to look up, trying to get that slipstream off of Riley. There's a yellow flag sector 3. Someone has gone off, and that is Green Bears. Riley trying to look up the inside. Splandy goes defensive. Riley goes up the inside of my AI. Tries to make that happen and does make that happen. Chad just sitting back, trying to just get past that car. Doesn't do so though. Up the inside of that right hander and makes that stick, and he will be activating that ERS, and no, he doesn't activate it. Here we go, 3 wide into the corner. They go wheel to wheel and the Fox gets a time penalty for multiple warnings. Does Chad have damage on his ring? Chad getting that slipstream off the Fox, going around the outside of this hairpin, trying to get that extra advantage. Fox goes defensive and tries to push Chad off the track. Chad gaining back, gets a good exit off the hairpin and down it, gets the slipstream off the Fox and around the outside he goes. Gets pushes off the track though from Chad. As you can see, the Red Bull going in down the inside of Chad though, of FRL. Chad defends him off, but not for long. FRL gets past Chad. That was a nice move by him. But Chad comes around. The long right-hander goes down the inside of FRL, and there's a yellow sector 1. Someone's gone off. Chad goes down the inside of FRL and makes that stick. Now FRL has to watch behind him, as now he's getting pressured by the Fox. It's a good battle from battling for P3, the podium position. Riley just trying to look for that mistake of Splandy. Splandy just weaving, trying to get that slipstream broken. Can Riley get a good exit out of this turn? It gets the similar exits, but Riley has that slipstream. Does he go down the inside? No, he definitely looked for it. He didn't know. Riley getting the DRS and the slipstream of Splandy, and he takes P1. Goes down the outside of Splandy and takes P1. Oh, Chad is getting piled on the back of his car. FRL goes down the inside, goes a bit deep, and Chad will have to saw that coming and will have to counter that. Chad loses out on that position. NRG Chris getting a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Chad just trying to just stay within the DRS zone, gets the DRS and gets closer and closer to FRL. Haribo getting a 3-second time penalty. And Chad gets pressured by the AlphaTauri of the Fox, but manages to keep in front. But AlphaTauri has DRS as well as Chad. They're just gaining on that for Red Bull. And I will be back 1 sec I'll be back 1 sec, hold on. Hello, I am back. FRL just piling on the pressure of Chad. Getting that slipstream off him, and that's a yellow sector 1. Who is that? That is LDS Delas, just spinning it. Back on board with FRL, gets caught out by that braking zone and now is getting piled pressure by Blitz. Blitz overtakes him in that DRS zone and now is on the hunt for Chad. FRL getting that slipstream off Blitz. Can he make a move? No, he can't. Blitz, Chad going wide on that corner and now conceding 2 places from him. Now there is a battle between FRL and Blitz. Can FRL make a move? The Fox overtaking Chad. FRL goes down the outside, maybe a switchback. No, that doesn't happen. But Chad dropping 3 places from 1 corner. There's a long DRS train. Or DRS train all the way down to P7 from P4. 3-second tyre penalty, another 3-second tyre penalty from El Delas for multiple warnings. And into the pits goes Blitz, while FRL and Chad stays out. The 2 AlphaTauris coming into the pits, double stacking, and it's not a good double stack. Not that good of a pit stop by the Blitz, decent pit stop by the Fox as they come out on P11 and P12. Battling happening up the field. XD on the back of Chad. Chris getting disqualified for the session, parked in a dangerous location. Can XD look up, make a move, try and make a move in that DRS zone? He has the DRS, he's gaining. Chad goes defensive. No, he doesn't. He stays out on the outside. Couldn't make a move then. Chad gets a good exit. But there's yellow sectors up. XD goes a bit wide around that corner and now get Roscos trying to get in, gets the DRS off Haribo, goes round the outside of Haribo and makes that decision stick. Chad round the outside, cuts off XD, and that's a switchback from XD, and can he make it stick? They're wheel to wheel at the moment. Chad has the inside line. XD looking up the inside. No, he doesn't. He stays behind. The two Aston Martins just trying to force that mistake off Chad. Chad gets a bit of back wheel spin from his rear tyres though. XD will have DRS off him, and that he'll be gaining and gaining and gaining. Doesn't choose to, and he lets Guardian Strike pass to go and battle Chad. He gets a good exit off Chad, and now will be gaining off Chad. Use it, and that. Oh, they were stopping before the DRS change. Who got the DRS though? Will to Will. Chad gets the DRS. They all go onto the grass. Chad passes the two Aston Martins, and what an overtake by him. The Aston Martin's trying to defend him. He gets taken out by the back of Guardian Strike. Reckless move there. But now XD will be trying to get that slipstream off his teammate. They are definitely working together to try and stop Chad from getting that P3. Guardian Strike goes a bit wide, but manages to keep on the track. They will have DRS on Chad. Guardian Strike trying to get closer to Chad and trying to get that overtake on him. He's gaining on him, and he does trying to go around the inside, but she's still outside. Chad goes defensive, and now he's going to have to defend, and he goes into the pits actually. It's a battle happening here. The two Aston Martin going wheel to wheel. Let's see Chad's pit stop. Chad comes into the pits. It's a good pit stop by him, and the Mercedes is right behind him now. Two Aston Martins. Guardian Strike is going to be all over the back of XD. Can Rascas maybe look for a mistake off one of the Aston Martins and take that position off him though? Guardian Strike has the DRS on his teammate, but couldn't overtake XD. XD gets a little bit of rear wheel spin, and Guardian Strike will have to counter that. XD going defensive. Guardian Strike looking around the outside. Can he make the move stick? Guardian Strike gets the DRS. Detection zone, and through the inside is Rascas, taking that position. XD goes into the pits, and Guardian Strike trying to look up the inside of Rascas, does make it, but he goes a little bit deep. Oh no, he doesn't. The Mercedes and Green Bear go wheel to wheel as the Mercedes takes P6. And that is a good move by the Mercedes. Now Green Bear has to deal with Blitz all over the back of his Williams. Blitz gets a good run off him, and Green Bear backs out of it. Rascas having that DRS and trying to close that gap on Guardian Strike to try and sneak P3 off him. Long DRS train at the back of the field here. Rascas using that ERS overtake button. Gets that DRS. Will he be able to make a move on Guardian Strike? Gets a good exit. Guardian Strike will have to defend for his life now, as Rascas can't get close enough to make a move on Guardian Strike even with the DRS. He goes a bit deep and now has to brake really late. Splandy gets a fastest lap, and Chad takes it away from him in this from the softs, 121.8. Blitz and Spandy just battling out. Raskos still trying to look for that mistake from Guardian Strike as he gets the DRS, tries to close that gap, but it won't be enough to make a move just yet. Guardian Strike just trying to get away from Raskos, and there was a yellow sector 1, and that is Georgie Boy off the track. Or was that Chad? I think that was Georgie. Yeah, that was Georgie Boy. And no, Chad goes off now and drops lots of positions from that. And does he have damage? No, he doesn't, but he will be struggling. P13. Raskos finds that mistake off Guardian Strike, and Guardian Strike gets wheel spin, but he doesn't manage to take that position. Haribo gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Disappointing from Raskos because he could have taken that position, but he braked too much. I think there was contact or something. Raskos getting that lock up of his rear tyres, and that will lose time off Guardian Strike. As you can see, battle for 9th here. Haribo just trying to look at XD and trying to make that move off him. He's got the DRS. Raskos going round the final corner of this track, and will have that DRS off Guardian Strike, but I don't think it will be enough for him to make a move, because as you can see, Guardian gets closer and closer but can't make a move. Yellow sector 1, and that is, I think that's back marker going slowly. As you can see, FRL just can't get closer to that Ferrari in front of him. The Fox trying to look up the inside, goes down the inside, late braking from him, and they have contact, and the Fox spins out, but he resets the track. I don't think you're allowed to do that. I'm not too sure though. As you can see, the Fox, Haribo just taking that outside line and getting that that racing line, but a late lunge by the Fox, and he gets spun out. Raskos gets that DRS once again off Guardian Strike. Guardian Strike doing well in the middle sectors just to fend off Raskos. Is that a Ferrari span out? Alfie span out on that chicane, and now is Splandy dropping position to blitz. And that is someone else as well, the Williams, I think. Can Splandy make a move on? Looks up the inside but doesn't do it. Just looking there. Blitz fends him off for another corner. Has that DRS and tries to get that tries to make a move. Is he going to lunge? No, he won't. If he did lunge, that would have been an awful move because he was too far away. Guardian Strike just holding off Roscos in on them hard tires, hard compound tires. Splandy trying to make a move. Chad gets a 3-second time penalty. Splandy will have the DRS advantage though on Blitz. Splandy has that DRS. Blitz takes the defensive line. Splandy goes around the outside. Blitz goes deep into that turn 1, but and holds off Splandy for another corner. But Splandy is going to try and look up the inside, maybe the inside of Blitz. Doesn't do so though. Chad goes into pits again. Maybe he got damage or something. Splandy will have the DRS advantage. Gets that DRS. Maybe looks up the inside. Doesn't make it stick though. And that is one of the McLarens going off in their first corner. And I think, yeah, Haribo gets a 3-second time penalty. Splandy will have the DRS advantage. Roscos locks up the back tyres. Splandy makes a move down the outside of Blitz. Blitz goes deep into that corner and fends off Splandy. Riley gets a 3-second time penalty, and that'll be crucial because FRL is within 4 seconds of him. So if he can gain that time in the next 2 laps, he will be able to take that win from him. As Blitz gets a wheel spin and Splandy tries to look up the inside but doesn't do so. Let's see. Down P10. Yep. Chaos Joe gets another time penalty. And Roscos gets a time penalty as well. Splandy trying to get a run off Blitz, but can't do so because there's no DRS in this straight. But gets within the 1 second of Blitz. Blitz runs a bit wide, but manages to keep it on the track. Here we go for round 3 of this battle. Splandy gets DRS. It goes defensive. Squeezes the gap. Georgie gets a 3-second time penalty. Splandy round the outside of Blitz. Blitz goes defensive again. Splandy just makes contact with Blitz and has to bounce his way off onto the track again. Blitz defends from Splandy once again. Splandy just can't make that move stick. He's tried it 3 times in a row, but it won't go his way. As you can see, Roscos just dropping back from Guardian Strike, lap by lap. Green Bear's just trying to look for that move on XD. That is Chad going slowly. Oh no, one of the McLarens get DNFing. As Splandy will have that DRS advantage over Blitz. He has that DRS, and he's going to hunting down Blitz. Blitz weaving on that straight. Splandy goes around the outside, and this time does make the move stick, but Blitz will trying to trying to make that move. Final lap of this race, and it looks like it's going to be close down to the wire. Can FRL gain 2 tenths of a second around the last corner? I don't think it. Maybe he will. It's going to be close, and Riley takes the win. FRL comes in second. Guardian Strike coming around the last corner in third. Last lap drama. Haribo looks up, gets the slipstream off Green Bears, looks up the outside of Green Bears, makes that happen. Green Bears go back into the slipstream. Can he pass him on the final turn? No, he can't. Splandy manages to. Blitz gets stuck. Splandy manages to pass Blitz on the final lap as everybody crosses the line. What a race we've had today. What a race we've had. Good race from all drivers. Riley almost getting caught out by that Red Bull of FRL. Well done to all the drivers tonight. Good race by them. Riley getting the driver of the day. Here you can see the drivers stepping onto the podium. Riley in P1, FRL in P2, and Guardian Strike in P3. Here you can see the drivers Riley from P10 on the grid to P1. What a race by him. Has that 3-second time penalty as well. Rascas getting fourth because of, I don't know what happened there. He even had a penalty as well. Don't know what happened. But yeah, that has been Monza Season 2 Round 9 at Monza from Supercoast Racing League. Join that Discord if you want to become a driver or a commentator like me. Thank you everybody for watching, and that has been M7 Ray commentating. Thank you for watching, and bye.